HistoryWes, and welcome back to the Welsknight Patreon server. I am here on the top of the side really of the mob spawner, and I was laying out some nether block only to discover that I don't want to be laying out nether block. I should be laying out nether stone. I need to turn this block into stone before I put it out. So I need to take this level back off. Fortunately, I only got one level on before I realized that mistake. That's what you do sometimes. You make a mistake, you got to go back and fix it. And boy, that's something I know only too well. So, something else. If you notice in my hotbar here on the far left, I have a trident. I bought that trident from Vander at his store, custom ordered it. It cost 96 blocks. I'm sorry, 96 diamonds. There, I got blocks on my mind as I'm chopping here. 96 diamonds, a stack and a half. And it was like one hit away from, oh, whoops, didn't mean to do that. It was one hit away from being destroyed, but he gave me a free mending book with it. I went to the end, put mending on it, and mended it by killing a bunch of endermen. And guess what? It's awesome. And then I came home and I enchanted it a few more times. You see, I've got Unbreaking 3, Loyalty 3, and Channeling. All those books came out of my stock from the fish farm. Didn't even need to pull anything out of the bookstore or out of Westmart. Alright. And I'm anxious to use this to kill some phantoms, among other things. I've not been sleeping on any of the servers because I want to get some phantoms. Okay, ow. That kind of hurt. The other thing that's happened this morning is I was on the top floor of the building and I looked and there was a skeleton horse, and sure enough, lightning struck and it was the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Now, I killed them all, except I got one skeleton horse, which is over in the pen here. It's too far away to render in. So I did manage to catch one. I was kind of disappointed that I didn't get more, but I was not being overly careful shooting arrows at the time, and with a flame bow, and caught them on fire when I shot their riders. And since I was down to like a heart and a half, I was more concerned with not dying than with preserving any of my potential horse mounts. Okay, so I'm just going to keep placing stone here until I hear the whoosh. See, when the phantoms come, the first thing you hear is the whoosh, and then usually they hit you, and then you hear their cry, their evil cry. But while I'm here, I'm also basically fulfilling an AFK function for the mob dropper. I AFK'd overnight and it dropped a huge amount of gunpowder, allowing me to restock Westmart full of rockets, many of which have already sold. I had so much gunpowder in comparison to paper that I made a bunch of Duration 2 and Duration 3 rockets for sale. I'd not been really selling any of the Duration 2 rockets, so I lowered the price and put a better price point for the new ones. Okay, no phantoms tonight, it looks like. APZ slept. I don't know him. No, that's okay. There are lots of people on the Welsknight server, and lots of them I don't know. Let's see. Currently, oh, we've got quite a few. I don't know him. I don't know Evil Shrews. I don't know Luna de Arcadia, but apparently she's been on for a while. Monroe 1701, I don't know. The others I've either seen around. A few of them I know fairly well. Gru is a good guy. Mar is a wonderful young lady. And there's Vander, one of my oldest and best friends. One of the first people to help me out when I first started playing Welsknight server last season. And so I'm happy it was he who was selling the diamonds. Couldn't think of anybody I'd more like to give my business to, even though we are competitors in the rocket market. Okay, how are we coming here? We're getting closer. Alright, so as I think I've explained, the plan is that this end stone will completely encompass the mob dropper here, and then there will be plateaus like this all the way around on all four sides, making it essentially a hanging gardens. And I think it's going to look pretty good. I have to be honest, I've been less than pleased with a lot of the builds that I've been doing on various servers. Yeah, we'll have to see how this turns out. The W building. So that's the W building. The whole base here I'm referring to as the W, just the W. So I hadn't actually planned to be doing this today. I just happened to be in the end getting my trident recharged, and I thought, well, since I'm here, I might as well grab some of the end stone that I need for this. Okay, we're finally happy enough to take off the winking smiley face that John left on here. He snuck onto my account when I was in the hospital and did some stuff for me. Finished building the mob spawner and dug up some resources. He's a fine man. Not just saying that because he's my son. Okay. The thing about building a base like this is you've got to plan for the long haul. I am feeling like maybe I've been spending too much time servicing the Welsknight store and not enough time actually building on the Welsknight server. So I want to rectify that, and you know just how painful that sounds. And we've almost got all that we were going to do today. You can see we've got some sugarcane growing to the west side of the W building there. Wait, that is not the west side, that would be the north side. And that is because the little sugarcane garden we have down here on the very lowest plateau, it does grow sugarcane, but it's not very functional for harvesting. It's more for looks. So I decided we needed, at least temporarily, a productive sugarcane area. Alright, so let's see how this is looking. Not bad. We're about halfway, I would say. That's the sugarcane area I was talking about. Let's see how we're doing in the mob dropper. Keep wary. Last time I came down here, there was a big spider waiting for me. Okay. So, not bad. There comes a zombie. Okay. So that looks like just a little bit to add to the chest for storage. And here we are at the pharmacy and the potion manufacturing center. We've got some more bottles of water from the fishing farm. Still not enough to fill up the last one. That's okay, because we've got some empty bottles upstairs. There we are, 8 of them. Maybe we'll see some phantoms tonight. Oh, we'll see a skeleton. There's the skeleton horse over there. Oh, somebody slept. Well, through the window. How about that? So, as we step out the door of the W building, you get a look at the gardens as they stand. The gardens, the AKA mob dropper. We finished covering it with end brick all the way up to the top. Planted some nice spruce trees on the top. We still just have the 2 terraces here. We're going to add one here and one up near the top, and then we'll do the same thing on the other sides. And before I do that, I'll have to remove all of this gravel down here. I've been working on that already down here, And I've dug this. This was all gravel. I've added some dirt, and I've uncovered this of gravel, but I ran out of dirt. So let me see here. Okay. So let's take a little trip. We did kind of a mini tour last time of the farms, and I definitely don't want to do that again, or I don't want to spend a lot of time giving you a tour of the server. Although this is the way to the Guardian farm, obviously. That looks pretty nifty. I've heard somebody was doing some work on this hallway, the west corridor, but I don't really see any difference, at least not this far out. However, right up here, there is something very, very different, because they have finished, or mostly finished, the nether hub. And let's see, there should be some stairs coming up here. And there are. Let's see, what's the sign say? Nothing on this side. Well, there's APZ. Tunnel safety work in progress. Some portions of the tunnel unsafe. No kidding. Well, look at this. The ceiling is in. Let's see, he's asking me if I like the directory. Yeah, let's see. Cool. Although I'm not up there. Oh yeah, I am right there. Very nice. Anyway, the main features of this fantastic nether hub are these statues of Welsknight. And there he's got a trident, just like the one I've got in my hand. Here he has a hammer, I'm guessing. Although there is no hammer in Minecraft. That looks more like, could be a pick or maybe a hoe. Anyway, tools of building. And over here, he has got a hold of some magic, it looks like. Magic lightning? I don't know. Anyway, pretty impressive builds. This is the largest and most impressive nether hub I've ever seen, certainly. And right down here is our post office. And, you know, with all respect to the hermits on Hermitcraft, including Wells, this server this season takes a backseat to nobody. Let's see. Forgot where my mailbox was. Oh, there's Stina Rose, so there's me. Nothing in the mailbox. Stina Rose doesn't even have any mail. She's the most popular person on the server, so. Isn't this just gorgeous? Of course, we do have a lot more people working on things here than they do on Hermitcraft, but we've got some very, very talented people. Myself, sadly, not included in that group. And here we are at the shopping district. And I want to shop at my there's APZ. Oh, I want to shop at my biggest competitor's site because they sell some stuff that I don't sell, including dirt. 6 stacks for a diamond. That seems awfully high, but for dirt. But I need some dirt. Well, let's see what we've got in the way of diamonds since I've been here last. I have one associate now who is bringing in obsidian. It's part of our Welsknight Associates program. So that's a success. And ender chests sell all the time. Got some books sold. Special books. I lowered the price on the books, and because I suspect that we won't have much of a market very long once the library and the farm opens up. And we are out of rockets. Completely out of rockets. Okay. So I'm going to have to AFK for some more gunpowder. Let's see. I need some more of everything, really. I'm surprised we haven't sold any glazed terracotta. Okay. So first, oh, I didn't mean to do that. I want those diamonds. Let's go see if Vander has some diamonds. I am actually Vander's biggest customer. He doesn't know it probably. 1 stack of diamonds. Well, I guess we're going to be out of diamonds today. So here's an auction going on for skeleton horses. And I think the auction starts at about 20 diamonds. It's enough to make me sell my skeleton horse, but I don't know. Alright, so dirt. Well, I have some dirt in my inventory already. I haven't finished using, but let's get 6 stacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Throw them a diamond. Yeah. Concrete is still 2 diamonds a stack. I've bought some there before, but that really is overpriced. So all right, and I'll head back home and I'll meet you at the base. Well, we might as well take a detour here and check out the Guardian farm. They're still working on the nether hallway here, but it is already sweet looking. And you can tell they are raking in the prismarine and the prismarine and the sea lanterns. That's a weird thing. Okay. Maybe it's to keep out the guests. So check this out. This massive structure here goes way down there. And they've got some redstone doings going on over here. Whoa, you don't want to fall down in this hole. And this is, looks like where everything is. Yeah, downloaded too. You got fish over there. You got prismarine crystals, prismarine shards. So I didn't bring anything to collect any stuff with. That's quite the deal down there. This is really massive. Oh, let's see here. So this is an elevator up. Is it also a slime farm? It may also be a slime farm. I don't see any slimes coming up there though at the moment. Maybe you have to AFK at a certain point, a certain place. Anyway, oh, check this out. It's a big guardian. And you go through the eye. How awesome is that? Alright, again, I'll meet you back at the base. So here we are back at the base, and as you can see, I have framed in several more floors of the W building. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 floors, and we're ready to go even higher than that. But right now, let's take some of our newly purchased dirt, finish landscaping this a bit. I want to cover up the stone and gravel, at least mostly. And of course grass will begin growing in here as soon as it can, because grass in Minecraft is kind of like grass in real life. It's a very hardy plant. And that's just a hole. Well, I've got to find something to fill that up with. I don't have any torches, and I don't want to leave it. I don't want to bury it, and I also don't want to waste all my expensive dirt. Okay. So I recently, my channel hit 200 subscribers, which is completely awesome. And that's just a few away from 250, which will be kind of a milestone. So I'll be doing something special when I get to 250. Actually, I'm going to be doing something special. I have a special episode coming up. It's not so much a special episode as it is a surprise episode. An episode of one of my older series that I haven't made an episode of in a while. So keep an eye open for that. And if we hit 250, look for the 250 episode special right here on this bat channel. Okay, this area still needs to be dug out with all that gravel. This down here too. So, all right. It's also getting dark. This might be a perfect time to do some phantom hunting, unless somebody sleeps, like the blue owl. Well, I don't know you, blue owl, but so much for my phantom hunting. All right. So we still need to get this villager breeder going. That's going to be a job for this coming week. As well as walling in the rest of these floors and building it on up. Well, that's it for this episode on the Welsknight Patreon server. If you enjoyed it, please press like. If you haven't subscribed, think about doing so. If you would like more information on the Welsknight Patreon server and how to become a member, I will leave the link in the description. Thanks again, and as always, keep on Minecrafting.